Hey guys, I'm Round 1 Fight, and this is my reaction to Spider-Man vs. Deku, Marvel vs. My Hero Academia, Death Battle. Pretty excited for this one. After the last episode killed off one of my favorite cartoon characters ever, which I still think is wrong, by the way, I was pretty excited once I realized what was going to happen, mostly because I love Deku. I've wanted him to get a run back for so long because his original episode was, for lack of a better word, garbage. And Miles was his best chance, on top of the fact that I do enjoy the notion that Miles is going to lose this quite hard because, shocker, shocker, people kind of deride his movies. They're really annoying about him as a character in pretty much every sense that I've experienced. I really do not like Spider-Verse's plot armor that they give him. On top of just general things about the movie, no one really talks about his comic self anymore, even though that comic self has also gotten his fair share of plot armor and, like, a Nazi spider god's vibranium armor, all that crap. Anyway, excited for Deku to finally get the run back he deserves, and for a good fight. Okay, I'm totally here for him killing Miles. Alright, let's get into it. Nice. Ooh, cool. Oh.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Oh.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's
Oh.
Liz and I'm Boomstick.
Man, I thought they were going to bring back the descriptions and not like Wile E. Tom described the characters like Wile E. Coyote, the blah 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 blah, Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat, all that. What?
He's been the one and only
Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little
Come
guy.
on, go
But in a
away.
multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe
There we
1610,
go.
when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one.
Good editing as always.
Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon
Miles
events.
Morales,
Now it was
17,
Miles'
Herald of
turn to be the
Anasi,
hero the Big
likes
Apple needed,
Naruto,
and
DBZ,
he had
JoJo's
all the
Gwen,
usual
dislikes
Spider
canon
kids
events,
to help him
GameSpot, and
out.
This
Paul.
spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics enhanced
Has he met
serum
Paul,
that grants
or-
Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's
Man,
electrical
mine's getting wonky for a sec. Let me see if I can fix that.
to crawl along any surface.
Yeah, I think it's
Can't
better now.
forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person
Nano
is
mesh
complete
vibranium
without
suit,
their
invisibility,
web shooters. Given to him by
absorption,
Peter's Aunt May,
overdrive, all
these
that
webs
stuff.
have all sorts of
Nice.
applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk
That
to
scene was
girls?
so awkward.
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner
I haven't
so
seen that movie.
awkward.
No, I
All
probably
that,
should.
trying
My
to
dad
kill
has it
ya
somewhere.
stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other
And that and Man of Steel was
superhero
stupid.
known
I
to
haven't
man.
even seen the movie, and I know that's
Parents,
idiotic.
Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite. than
Yeah,
Peter's.
because we can't
Miles has a
have
variety
someone
of
who
unique
succeeds the role without giving them a
powers,
million other
invisibility,
powers.
Venom. Not
Because
like Tom
reasons.
Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of
Fair
the
enough.
bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and
I don't know if the
weaponize it,
audio's still
which is
behind the
especially
video or
effective
anything.
against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword.
Man, why is it
What kind of
still
spider
like
was
that?
this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae,
Yeah, this
have
is
a
about
process
where the
known
preview
as
ended.
ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk,
I'm curious
they
whether they'll
use the
actually
bird's
place
actual
him,
electric
because
fields
spider
to
stats are
fly,
super weird.
traveling up to
Even
hundreds
aside from all the
of
Harold Bull
miles.
crap people
No pun
argue.
intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift
Yeah.
buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a
No.
match for him.
He's
Like
just
the
a match
time
for
he
him.
absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
Nice.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of
So
the
15
New
megatons of
Ultimates
TNT.
and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain
Yeah,
America's
good
shield,
distinction.
and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New
Yeah.
York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output
Yeah.
into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe
Yeah,
got
they'll probably
blown
use
up
the
and he
whole
was sent to the
New
main
York
616
getting
timeline,
New York
along
explosion
with
as a
his
limit for the
family.
vibranium.
And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people,
Oh, yeah.
dinosaur spider people,
Spider-Man, yeah,
people,
Taki Yamashiro, my goat.
Each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led him into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
All right.
But what is a hero? To the
Oh,
simple
yes.
man, there was no
Yes.
one more synonymous
They're gonna
with
cover
the
the
symbol
full
of
ending.
peace. All Might.
Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure from that Miles is just screwed, and I love it. I'm curious what they'll talk about other My Hero ends, because they didn't really describe a lot of them in Shigaraki vs. Mahito. Still super glad that they're going to talk about the ending of My Hero. I love it when analysis do that, but especially ones that I'm passionate about. Yeah, like, not talking about spoilers just objectively makes it worse.
Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like
Local
to call him,
prick.
the good for
Yeah, in case it wasn't clear, I also hate Bakugo. Huh. 24 post time skip, favorite food, romantic interests, oh no, oh no. Oh, shipping, all that.
Until he got the chance
Better
to
talk about
alpha
Araka, though.
up and lend his rival a helping
That's a really
hand,
funny shipping joke,
proving
though.
himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football,
I'm assuming
as
he
they
eventually
call it.
went to
Straight
America.
punches, spikes, even finger flicks.
That'd be
One
pretty
for All
cool.
is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow on accident.
Yeah.
Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that
Again.
again. Man,
UA High.
that's so funny.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn
Best
his zero
girl
name into his
besides
hero
Minashita.
name. becoming the
honestly
Deku who
keep floating
always
back and forth
does
between
his
them.
best.
Something
No
that
pun
he
intended.
may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling.
Yeah, pretty good
Instead of
editing and
using
manga
his
stuff
quirk in
right
short
here.
bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style. Shoot style.
I liked the
To use
joke
a
last
stronger
time where he had a
leg that'd
gun.
less
That'd be
likely to
funny.
break. Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on
I also
kicks
like the
to back
notions and
more
all
of a
that he's been
punch.
taking,
Yeah.
like,
And that
inspiration
power
from
would
his
be
classmates,
needed after a
like
climactic
with
battle with All For One, All Might
Suyu's
would be forced into
frog thing.
retirement, just a few months
His,
into Deku's
her,
training. Now it was his
tongue,
turn
yeah,
to
with
face
Black Whip.
this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku,
I gotta
he
catch
had
up to
been
the
passed
anime,
onto
man.
All Might
I
by
just
his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Man, that's he
Black
look
Whip gives
so
him
cool.
energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes.
All the stuff.
They can also brace his
I'm curious
arms
how
and
to actually
manually
explain
control
Gear
his
Shift last
muscles
time,
if
since
he
it was
can't move.
not talked at
Float
all,
allows him to
not
soar
talked about at
high
all
into
really
the
last
sky.
time.
By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Yep.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and
Yeah, it's
doesn't
not as
tell
good
you
as Fire
specifics
Sense, though.
like
Should still
location
suffice.
or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin.
Yep.
After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a
Yep.
bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm with a... I think
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance
Oh,
of around
that's cool.
215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster
Yeah.
than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5
Yeah,
minutes
that
of continuous use, Deku's
overdrive
body
thing
will catch up to his
won't-
speed,
yeah.
suffocating him as
Overdrive
his cells
won't
become unable to
do
take
much, I
in
guess.
oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him, though.
Can
He's
hit
been
you
doing
really.
all
Oh
of this
man.
shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your
Save
nose.
Erie Kota Ayama
Pressure
Lady
of having to
Nagant.
save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku.
Wait,
So
why
he
are
left
Overhaul and
UA
Gentle
to fight
after
this
those
war
two?
alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that
Oh, are they gonna
demon
talk about
back
his
in
final
hell,
punch?
His classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all
I like this
along.
music.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Good analysis. Probably Brother Miles. Okay, so moving on from that, yeah, Miles kind of screwed. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, Deku's probably going to put his faster, honestly, because Gear Shift massively allowed him to blitz. Shigaraki's Lightspeed reactions and all that. I don't remember if they really gave him a strength number, but they're probably going to calc his final punch, and I'm assuming that's going to be the main kicker, so they don't have to talk about like the movie Storm feat again or any of the other stuff. They might touch on some of the other stuff, but yeah, outstats, better powers, all that.
All right, the combatants
So are set. We've run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a death battle! Kick his ass, Izuku. Interesting. That's good style and whatnot. Huh. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds so good.
Yo! More man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
New guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
It's good voices and stuff. Izuku sounds a little weird. Ooh, interesting.
Let's try that one more time.
Nice.
Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else.
Fair enough. Oh, Fajin.
Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Cool. Ooh, that looks so cool.
Oh, mierda.
Ooh. Oh. Really old New York City.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Yeah, it still sounds a little weird.
Because I always do my best!
Interesting. Yeah, the animation looks really good. Ooh, nice.
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
Cool. Overdrive form. Oh, that's a nice contrast and such. Animation looks really good.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate spider.
Oh, that's cool.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification.
Yes.
So, it's got a limit.
Yes. The Nomu comparison. Oh, that looks so cool.
Go beyond!
Deku, come on. Yes. Oh man, that's so cool. Deku. Yeah.
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Yeah. Yes. Great job, Deku.
Vaya con Dios, Araña Joven.
Let's
What?
start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the
Fair
other.
enough.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings.
Well, Miles is a herald of Anansi, is largely a supportive mentor rather than a direct combatant on Miles' behalf. However, Miles' status as a herald could theoretically grant him spiritual protection from being attacked by vestiges.
And
Cool.
threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This
Fair
meant
enough.
Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom.
While
did.
Venom is effective against genetic mutants, it can be resisted by those with high durability or pain tolerance, such as Ultimate Green Goblin. Deku has withstood electrical attacks from Shigaraki and 9. Even if a Venom Strike did paralyze Deku, he could puppet his body with Overlay.
Since
Yeah,
both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
fair enough.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku, though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki.
I mean, he
Even
voiced it, but
worse
yeah.
for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As
Yep.
for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling
Miles has been
everything
trained
from
by
neighborhood
all of them.
groups
While
to
training is
multiverse
arguably
and
not as
gods
intensive,
for
he's not experienced by any
significantly
means.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles.
Don't agree with
And
that, but
means
whatever.
the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest.
Yep.
Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still
Miles' bomb absorption field was nearly fatal. Furthermore, the 546 megaton yield for vibranium's durability was a high in calculation. The energy to simply render New York uninhabitable is far less. Even analyzed generously, Miles' strength and armor is much weaker than One for All.
over 600 times stronger than vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had,
Yeah.
making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
Yeah.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the moralis of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Great job,
Time
Deku.
on
What's
Death
next?
Battle.
Oh. They are doing it next.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more
Huh.
Death Battle. Thanks for
Surprised
watching.
they're doing two Marvel back-to-back, but that's interesting. Well then, pretty happy about the result. Screw you, Miles. Yeah, animation was pretty good. Fight overall was pretty good. Surprised they kind of went low end on Deku's stuff as opposed to just talking about how strong he is, because like they felt the need to drum in the fact that Shigaraki stomped Mahito, but not that Deku beat up Miles, but yeah, it's fine. Fight was pretty good. I loved the Nomu comparison and a lot of the stuff they got in. Next time's alright, I guess. Not really that invested in it, though I do hope Hulk wins because, like, come on, man. He does not deserve to go 0 for 3. Especially against Godzilla, whose fans are super annoying. Don't really have much to talk about, I guess. Alright, I guess that's the end of my reaction. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you next time.